Hi guys, let's start the new video. This is basically exercise 5C and the second part of the chapter. Sorry, the second part of the exercise. So before we start this video, let's quickly revise what we've done till now. In this exercise, we talked about zero product rule, which was if A into B is equal to 0, which means A is equal to 0 or B is equal to 0. So that's one thing which we did, and then we revised factorizing a quadratic expression, which means solving a quadratic equation using factorizing and by splitting, so factorization and by splitting the middle term. So this is what we've done, splitting middle term. Before that, in this exercise, we talked about ax squared plus bx plus c is equal to 0, the standard form of a quadratic equation. And we said d, which is equal to b squared minus 4ac, three options possible. If it is 0, then the roots are real and equal. If d is more than 0, then the roots are real and unequal. And if d is less than 0, then the roots are imaginary. So this is what basically it has been till now. Let's look at the new questions. So the first one that we solve is question number 22, part 2. It says solve the equation which is given if possible for real values of x. So let's make this into the whole number form. Right now it has a fraction in it. So if I take the LCM, that's 4. This becomes 36x squared plus 3x plus 8. Yes, is equal to 0. Cross multiplying, the equation becomes 36x squared plus 3x plus 8 is equal to 0. If I compare it with ax squared plus bx plus c is equal to 0, I get a is equal to 36, b is equal to 3 and c is equal to 8. Let's say b square minus 4ac. Let's check the value. B square, that 3 square minus 4 into 36 into 8. This is not cube, 3 square, sorry. 3 square, that's 9 minus 4 into 8, 32 into 36. So this will obviously be a bigger number than 9, which means b square is less than 0. Since b square is less than 0, therefore the roots are imaginary, which means we can't solve this equation. The roots are imaginary because these are not real roots. Good, let's look at the next question. The next question that we do is question number 24. It says find the value of x if a plus 7 is equal to 0, b plus 10 is equal to 0 and 12x square is equal to ax minus b. So if a plus 7 is equal to 0, what we get is a is equal to negative 7. Next, b plus 10 is equal to 0, which means b is equal to negative 10. Let's put the value of a and b in this equation. We get 12x square is equal to a, which is negative 7x, minus negative b, which is negative 10. So this is 12x square is equal to negative 7x plus 10. Bringing everything on one side, we get 12x square plus 7x minus 10 is equal to 0. So here we need to find the factors of 12 into 10, that's 120, and the sum of which should be equal to 7. So 120 would be 5 into 24. No, so I need to go much bigger. 10 into 12, no, less than that. So that would be 8 into 15. Yes, 8 into 15 would be 120, but I need not 120, I need negative 120, which means I want positive 7x, which means the positive number would be the bigger one. So this is negative 8 into 15. So that's our answer, negative 8 into 15. So let's split 7 as negative 8x plus 15x. And this is negative 10. Grouping it the way I've underlined, what I get is 4x times 3x minus 2. Yes, that's 12x square minus 8x plus common here is 5. So this is 3x minus 2. Next, 3x minus 2 is common in these two elements. So 3x minus 2 multiplied with 4x plus 5 is equal to 0, which means 3x minus 2 is equal to 0 or 4x plus 5 is equal to 0, which means x is equal to 2 by 3. That's one solution. Or x is equal to negative 5 by 4. We should write it in the mixed fraction form. So negative 1, 1 by 4. So these are the two solutions. X is equal to 2 by 3 or X is equal to negative 1, 1 by 4. Good. Let's look at the next question. The next question that we're doing is question number 29. Okay, let's look at this question. It says if X is equal to negative 3 and X is equal to 2 by 3 are solutions of this equation, find the value of M and N. So put X is equal to negative 3 and what we get is M times negative 3 square plus 7 times negative 3 plus N is equal to 0. So this is 9M minus 21 plus N. Yes, 9M minus 21 plus N is equal to 0, which means 9M plus N is equal to 21. That's our first equation. Next, put X is equal to 2 by 3 in the given quadratic equation and we get M times 2 by 3 square plus 7 times 2 by 3 plus N is equal to 0. So this is 4 by 9M plus N plus 14 upon 3 is equal to 0. Let's take the LCM. The LCM of 9 and 3, that's 9. So this is 4M plus 9N plus that 3 multiplied with 3, which means 14 multiplied with 3. So that's 42 is equal to 0. Cross multiplying, we get 4M plus 9N plus 42 is equal to 0, which means 4M plus 9N is equal to negative 42. That's our equation number 2. Well, let's try and solve these equations. I can multiply the first one with 9. That will help us equate the coefficient of N. Right, so let's multiply the first one with 9. So that's 9 into 9, 81M plus 9N is equal to 21 into 9. That's 189. Here we have 4M plus 9N is equal to negative 42. Let's subtract minus minus and plus, the sign changes. So that's 9N minus 9N goes 81 minus 4. That's 77M is equal to 9 plus 2 11, 8 plus 1 9 plus 4 13, 231, which means M is equal to 231 upon 77. So that will be 3. Yes, M is equal to 3. So we got the value of M is equal to 3. So put M is equal to 3, let's say in equation 1, we get 27 plus N is equal to 21, which means N is equal to 21 minus 27, which means N is equal to negative 6. So we've got the value of M and N. Let's write the answer in the solution set form, which is 3, negative 6. So basically a question which was not about solving quadratic. In fact, this was a simultaneous linear equation question. Okay, let's look at the next question. The next question that we have is question number 30. It says x square minus m plus 1x plus 6 is equal to 0 has one root as x is equal to 3. Find the value of m and also the second root. So let's put x is equal to 3 in this equation. So put x is equal to 3. And what do we get? We get 3 square minus m plus 1 times 3 plus 6 is equal to 0. 3 square is 9 minus 3 into m, that's negative 3m, minus 3 into 1, that's negative 3, plus 6 is equal to 0. Let's take negative 3m on the other side. So that's 9 minus 3, which is 6. 6 plus 6, that's 12. So 12 is equal to 3m, which means m is equal to 4. So we've got the first part of the question. The value of m is 4. Next, they want us to calculate the second root, which means let's figure out what the quadratic equation is, which means equation is x square minus m, which is 4 plus 1x plus 6 is equal to 0, which means x square minus 5x plus 6 is equal to 0. So that's our quadratic equation. Now we need to solve this. We need to find factors of 6, the sum of which is negative 5. That's negative 2 and negative 3. Perfect. So this is very simple one. X square minus 2x minus 3x plus 6 is equal to 0. Grouping it the way I have underlined, x times x minus 2 minus 3 times x minus 2 is equal to 0. X minus 2, x minus 3 is equal to 0, which means x is equal to 2 or x is equal to 3. So we've got both the solutions. The second root 1 they have already given as 3. Therefore m is equal to 4 and second root is equal to x is equal to 2. Perfect. Let's look at the next one. The next one that we're doing is question number 31. So question 31 says 2 is the root of the given equation and px square minus qx plus 9 has equal root. Find the value of p and q. So 2 is a root of this equation. So 1, put x is equal to 2 in 3x square minus p times x plus 1 is equal to 0. What we get is 3 multiplied with 2 square minus p multiplied with 2 plus 1 is equal to 0, which means 3 into 4, that's 12, minus 3p is equal to 0, which means 3p is equal to 12, which means p is equal to 4. So we've got the value of p. That was the first part of the question. Next, let's see what else do they want. They say px square minus qx plus 9 is 0 has equal roots, which means the value of b, which is b square minus 4ac, is 0. So put p is equal to 4 in px square minus qx plus 9 is equal to 0, which means my quadratic equation becomes 4x square minus qx plus 9 is equal to 0. Since roots are equal, which means d, which is equal to b square minus 4ac, is equal to 0. Here a is equal to 4, b is equal to negative q, and c is equal to 9. So let's do b square minus 4ac. So b square minus 4ac is equal to negative q square minus 4 into 9, and this is given equal to 0, which means q square minus 4 into 4, 16, 16 into 9. Well, I don't need to do that. In fact, so q square minus 16 into 9 is equal to 0, because in any case I'll have to figure out the square root. So q square is equal to 16 into 9, which means q is equal to plus minus the 16 into 9 square root, which means q is equal to plus minus the square root of 16, that's 4, and the square root of 9, that's 3, which means q is equal to plus minus 12. Perfect, that's our answer. So they wanted us to calculate p and q. So p and q is equal to 4 and q can be plus or minus 12. Good, let's look at the next question. The next question that we have is question number 33. It says solve, and the quadratic, not quadratic, we'll have to convert this into a quadratic for now. Okay, so let's multiply the numerator. First, let's take the LCM here. So the LCM here would be 1200 plus, so the numerator will become 1200 plus 2x. In the denominator, I have x. This is getting multiplied with x minus 10 minus 1200 is equal to 60. Yeah, so now let's multiply the first two terms and see what do we get. So multiplying 1200 x, 1200 into x, that's 1200x, minus 1200 into 10, that's minus 12,000, plus 2x into x, that's plus 2x squared, plus 2x into minus 10, that's minus 20x, everything divided by x, minus 1200 is equal to 60. Maybe I could bring 60 here, or I could take 1200 that side. Okay, that I could do in the next step. So this is 1200x minus 20x, which is 1180x, plus 2x squared minus 12,000 upon x is equal to 1260. If I take negative 120 on the other side, this becomes 1200 plus 60, which is 1260. Let's cross multiply. So we have 2x squared plus 1180x minus 12,000 is equal to 1260x. Let's bring everything on one side. So we have 2x squared plus 1180x minus 1260x minus 12,000 is equal to 0. This gives us 2x squared. 1180 minus 1260, that's negative 80. So that's negative 80x, and this is minus, yes, this is minus. So this is minus 12,000 is equal to 0. I notice all elements have 2 in common. So let's divide both sides by 2. What we are left with is x squared minus 40x minus 6,000 is equal to 0. So now I need to find factors of negative 6,000, the sum of which is negative 40. This one is fairly simple. Negative 6,000 can be written as 60 into 100. Right? Yeah, that's fine. I need a negative 40, which means my bigger number is negative. So that's negative 100 multiplied with positive 60. And the sum of 60 and negative 100 would be negative 40. Perfect. So let's split negative 40 as 60 minus 100. So this is x squared minus 100x plus 60x minus 6,000 is equal to 0. Grouping it the way I've underlined, we have x times x minus 100 plus 60 times x minus 100 is equal to 0. X minus 100 is common to both these elements. So this is x minus 100 multiplied with x plus 60 is equal to 0. This gives us x is equal to 100 or x is equal to negative 60. So that's the answer that we were looking for. They want us to solve for x. So the x is 100 or x is equal to negative 60. Perfect. That brings me to the last question of this exercise that I solved with you, which is question number 34. I've already written some homework questions. I hope you realize that I've been posting homework videos for homework questions as well. So please feel free to write into me if you have any queries or questions. Okay, let's look at the last question, which is if negative 1 and 3 are roots of this given equation, find P and Q. So put x is equal to negative 1 and we get negative 1 square plus p multiplied with negative 1 plus q is equal to 0. This is 1 minus p plus q is equal to 0, which means negative p plus q is equal to negative 1. That's our first equation. Good. Yeah, 1 minus p plus q is equal to 0, which means negative p plus q is negative 1. Next, put x is equal to 3 and what we get is 3 square plus p times 3 plus q is equal to 0. This gives us 9 plus 3p plus q is equal to 0. Putting numbers on one side, variable on one side, we get 3p plus q is equal to negative 9. That's our equation number 2. So let's multiply over I noticed that the coefficient of q in both the equations is already equal, which is plus 1. So let's go ahead and subtract these two equations. 3p plus q is equal to negative 9 and negative p plus q is equal to negative 1. Let's subtract, the sign will change, this will become positive, this is negative, this will become positive. 3p plus p, that's 4p, q minus q is 0, and that's negative 9 plus 1, that's negative 8. Yes, negative 9 plus 1, that's negative 8, which means p is equal to negative 2. Negative 8 divided by 4, so p is negative 2. Now we still need to calculate the value of q, so put p is equal to negative 2, let's say in equation number 2, and what we get is 3 into negative 2 plus q is equal to negative 9, negative 6 plus q is equal to, this is not negative 6, this is negative 9. I said negative 9, but I wrote negative 6. Yes, let's confirm 3p plus q is equal to negative 9. That's negative 9. So negative 6 plus q is equal to negative 9, which means q is equal to negative 9 plus 6, q is equal to negative 3. So the value of p and q we've calculated. Let's put it in this form now. So p and q is equal to negative 2 comma negative 3. That was the question. Perfect. That brings me to an end of this video. Hope you liked the questions and you understood the way it was done. Take care, be safe. If you have any questions or queries, feel free to write into me. Bye bye.